there's not enough focus on the preventive. There's more focuses on, hi. I'm Jordan, Managing Director of Reach and Hire, a youth charity. The purpose of our work really is about learning how to best improve and engage young people 360 holistically. And we do that with a 360 pastoral care approach. It's really about learning how to bring together community cohesion in a more effective way to support the whole young person. The barriers that make doing our work difficult include funding agendas and how frequently they change. When we're supporting or working towards a particular focus, other areas get neglected, and sometimes when we're focusing on the target issue, the actual root cause of what made that a target issue isn't addressed, and we're only focusing on the surface behaviour and not really getting underneath into the crux of those situations. So for example, if we're trying to prevent young people from being involved in serious youth crime, we're spending a lot of time working with the young person who's already committed that, as opposed to working on the systems connected to what enabled or what contributed to getting that young person there. And that can be quite difficult. Or on a flip side, some of those funding outcomes are shaped by people who aren't connected, don't understand, lack lived experience in those areas to truly or more accurately inform how we should best move in those areas. I think the considerable systemic changes that could help lower or remove the barriers include pastoral systems and how they link to the criminal justice system. And so bridging that gap. So what I mean by that is, if we're thinking about schools, if we're thinking about alternative provisions, the synergy between those areas, what takes a young person from A to B, what meetings, what procedures are included within that, and how do those systems reflect the best interests of the child. And not so much on focusing on the behaviour that they caused that was problematic, but actually, again, what got that young person there. And I think if we can bring more synergy between the local authorities, schools and the police, as an example, as well as community grassroots organisations, then we have a far better chance to make a positive impact in the lives of children, young people and their families. I think collaboration is essential to bring down those barriers. I think bringing key groups together, such as education providers, local authority, the police, housing associations, and of course community groups and the voluntary sector, local businesses. If we can find a platform that can bring us together and work on some of these hotspots, some of these issues, we can then begin to drill down on some of those root causes that bring young people together, and to do it in a more seamless way. So one thing that is really big on my heart is about not doing to young people, but doing with, and bringing young people on that journey. And I think that's an area where collaboration can be far more effective, is that we are not just looking at this as professionals, but we're also looking at this in terms of young people, the people that we're trying to serve, the families that we're trying to serve, and bringing them on the journey with us, and not just seeing them as a tool, but seeing them as a partner.